All right, well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the end-of-day market review for December 27th, 2011. My name is Jason Waugh. I am one of the trainers and success coaches here with Ideal Trading Lifestyle. I'll be walking through today's presentation. Now, before I get into the presentation, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly bring up our disclaimer. There we go. If you guys could just give this a quick gander, we'll get going in 30 seconds here. All right. So our agenda is to really just see what's going on right now. Obviously, this is our first day back since our hopefully good holidays. I know that I got myself my fair share of food, but that said, markets are back. They were traded today, and we are going to have some trading over the next couple of days. So we're just going to see what was going on with that news there. We're going to look at the S&P 500, where we'll be looking for support and resistance levels, just see what happened really on a technical standpoint, which includes analysis of our MACD. We'll be looking at our volatility indicator, the VIX.X, just to see how much volatility is in the marketplace right now. Last time I looked, there was one stock on our watch list, so we can take a look at that. There was nothing from Thursday, I believe it was. It was Friday, can't recall. At any rate, there was no previous pick on the 23rd because we knew that we were going to be coming up to our Christmas, and we don't like to hold on to anything over statutory holidays. So we will kind of just piece everything together and decide what we're going to do tomorrow, give a quick rundown for both our basic and our advanced customers. Now, if at any point there's any questions, please send that message through to the chat box, and I will be sure to answer those questions at the end of the presentation. Ultimately, if you would like to ask the question verbally, all you need to do is raise your hand, and I will answer that question as we go forward. So with that said, let's discuss the news. As per usual, I'm going to Yahoo Finance, and there's a couple of things here. First off, Sears didn't look like they had a very good time. In fact, they're going to be closing as many as 120 of their Kmart's and other big box stores after seeing that they really didn't have the sales like they have in the past. Otherwise, stocks were very mixed. They were up for a while and ended up closing very neutral. I don't even want to say that we had a down day or an up day because it literally was pretty neutral. Part of the markets were just barely up, while part of them were just barely down. Now, all in all, though, a very mixed day of trading. Looking at our S&P 500, we can see that the day opened up at 1265.02 and closed at 1265.43. So 41 cents, or 41.41 points is really all we had throughout the day, which is minuscule. But we are still looking at a day where the MACD is rising, it's bullish, it's crossed over the blue line. What we're going to expect over the next little bit is hopefully nothing more than a pullback to around 1250, which is where we would expect this supporting trend line to be resting. After it comes back and tests that support level, we're just going to hope for pedal to the metal and another rally. But most importantly, we're going to be hoping that we can keep a positive 2011. We are still sitting at positive 2011. As long as we don't dip down below 1250, we should be good there. Looking at our volatility indicator, VIX.X, we can see that the volatility did jump up quite a bit. On the 23rd, we were looking at a close of 20.73. It opened up today at 22.58 and has now closed at 21.91. So there was an increase in the volatility, but given that there's fewer traders and more sell-offs and options prior to to year end, somewhat expected. The big thing right now is that we're just going to continue to take things day by day. There really isn't very many more days left for our 2011 trading. And even if we see stocks that make sense, it's perfectly acceptable to sit on the sidelines and really stay out of the market unless there's something that you absolutely have your heart set on. And that would be a stock that's not just meeting but exceeding its expectations, exceeding the market conditions, the entire 9 yards. I know for myself, I've chosen to trade to supplement my lifestyle, and I've made a personal decision to take all trading off from Christmas to New Year's. That's me. I enjoy spending that time with family and friends and doing the things that I enjoy. Being a resident of BC, markets open up at 6:30. Getting up that early is definitely not on my Christmas agenda. But everybody has their own thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at what stocks were on the watch list. Perhaps we won't even have a stock right now. All right, so we actually have two. Let's take a look at ANN. All right, so ANN definitely had a good day today. It certainly exceeded what the markets were doing in the fact that it closed substantially higher than its open price. We've got a MACD, which is a rising bullish, which is great to see, with the black line crossed over the blue line. Looking at volume, volume is up. Average volume seems to be pretty good as well. So things are all pretty good there. Let's go ahead and draw some trend lines here. Not bad at all, actually. We had a breakout the other day. Looks like it kind of pulled back, tested support, and we have this. Technically speaking, that looks like a pretty decent trade with its support obviously rising. Yeah, all in all, it doesn't look too shabby at all. Obviously, we would still need to go ahead and take a look at the news, earnings and whatnot, but from a technical standpoint, not bad. Looking at TIF. This one as well, we had a good day today, though there's a couple of things which keep me out of this. First off, it's still in a downtrend in that one cycle low is down or up here, and its newest cycle low is even lower. So it's still downtrending. Yes, it might have broken through some resistance levels, as you can see right here. It did. It might be on its way back up. It might very well break through 70. A whole lot of coulds, but what we know right now is it's still downtrending in that cycle lows are lower, cycle highs are lower. Also, the MACD is bearish, and that is not meeting the markets as a whole. So I'm going to say no thanks to TIF. If we were to compare the two, I would be definitely more interested in ANN. Let's go ahead and discuss tomorrow. It's really up to you. I mean, basic and advanced customers can both take advantage of trading ANN if it meets their criteria. Obviously, with volume being a lot lower, volatility is going to be a lot higher during these holidays. So make sure that you're not trading nearly as aggressive as you would on a typical day. You will want to make sure that your position sizes are smaller, and you want to make sure that your profit targets are quick and sweet. We definitely don't want to be holding on to a stock for extended periods of time. And given it that we only have a few days of the markets being open before we're looking at another statutory holiday, that's another risk that you're fighting up against as well. So that said, we will definitely take a look and see how ANN does tomorrow, but I would be trading it with discretion. So with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for attending today, and as always, we will touch base again tomorrow. Have yourself a good rest of your day. Talk to you later.